Hi, welcome everyone to week number 7, the 90-day experiment out of pressure and into pleasure. My name is Amy Shine. Thank you for joining me. So, this week we're going to talk about what it means to be a free woman, embodied, and releasing the structures and the jails that number one, society has put on us, and then number two, we've put on ourselves. And what it means to actually be in your feminine and be in flow rather than in structure. Okay, so just to get started, I have had a lot of time this week really affected by seeing what's going on in the world. In particular, what's happening in Palestine at the moment with kids being starved and women, children, men dying. And, I had a moment where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get on and like talk about living from pleasure and letting go of pressure while all this stuff is happening in the world. And then I had a moment where I realized, well, yeah, and I am privileged, right? I am a privileged woman. I live and am embodied here, and the world I live in is actually free. I have freedom to dress as I want, go where I want. Um, I have freedom to move my body. I have freedom to work as I want, to marry, not marry, have kids, don't have kids. I have freedom, right? And there is lots of women and men in the world that are living in countries, areas, cultures who don't have that freedom. So I I owe it to them. I owe it to my ancestors to actually embody the freedom that I have and not put prisons in my mind and put myself in jails that are self-imposed, right? And I actually reached out to a friend of mine in Palestine this week and to see how she's doing. And she said to me, like, what keeps her going is creation. She's like, I just keep focusing on creation. And I was like, wow, like, so no matter like what's going on, where you live, what's happening around you, it's like you still can choose to like be a victim to what's happening or to actually keep creating. And obviously, that is a conversation that is very nuanced and it's different for every person. And if you are living in a war zone, that is not an easy thing to do, right? And that's a whole other conversation I'm not going to get into today because it's a lot of pulling apart of different elements. But what she showed me was like that we take whatever situation we have and and we create our prisons, right? And and when I got to this last week in this experiment, because some of you might have heard me talk about this now, of really letting go of this pressure, right? This need to perform, this need to produce, this need for validation, to be validated by money or success or whatever it is. Or I'm valuable when I produce. I'm valuable by what I do. That is very much brainwashing that we all have, and I've seen through the like last few years now that I have way less need to produce and work and look for validation now than I did 2 years ago. However, I can still see it play out, and the guidance I got was for this summer, for me, my spirit guides gave me the guidance was like, stop trying to do structure, stop trying to figure everything out, stop trying to create your business from structure and what you're going to do and all the rest. Give yourself the summer, go enjoy yourself, be in pleasure, go dance under the full moon, go enjoy yourself, be in the flow, right? And last week I got up and I had a couple of things I wanted to do, and I could see the pressure I was putting on myself to do these things. And they're only like simple things, but I was like, oh, here I am, a free woman, right? I have total choice of what I could do today. Um, I have no obligations. I'm very privileged in that way. I don't have children, so I don't have anything where I need to go anywhere or need to be anything. And yet here I am still creating the structure for myself. I'm still giving myself the to-do list, and I'm still then validating myself by, oh, look what I did today. I did something. I'm valuable when I do something. I'm valuable when I produce. And I was like, wow, this program in my brain, and it's in a lot of our brains, runs very deep, right? And then if I don't do and I don't produce in a day, I'm not valuable. I'm not productive. And so I started to look at it and I'm like, okay, it's going to take some time to unwind this. I've been unwinding a lot of it already. And I've been slowing down and not putting as much pressure on myself as I used to. And yet I can see how living in this place of flow where you're not putting a structure on yourself, you're not putting yourself in like validating yourself by your to-do list, or like, getting through all the things, like putting that structure into your day, into your week, into your life. It kills the aliveness that you could be having. Like, my design, the way I'm designed to actually take action from inspiration, not from structure. Like, I get the best ideas when I'm out in nature, when I'm relaxed, when I'm doing something I love, when I'm moving my body. But yet, the need to have structure, the need to kind of put yourself in this jail as such in your own life, so that you don't actually have the aliveness in your body of being alive, and the action coming from that aliveness. Like, what if action actually comes from that joy and that aliveness in your body of like, ooh, I have an idea. And I would say like the best ideas I've had and the things that have created the most for me are things that came to me from that aliveness, rather than a to-do list or a thing I needed to do to tick off my list, right? So the new part of this challenge now is like, okay, can I actually allow the flow in first? Can I follow the flow and allow like the unpredictability of life to happen? Like, I wake up today and I'm like, okay, um, where is my energy required? Not from the doing of it, more from the aliveness of it. Like, what if my question was, what would make me come alive today? And follow that, rather than what validates me, and what is the thing that I've told myself I need to do, and that if I do it, I will finally be valuable, rather than what makes me come alive. And what makes me come alive might be cleaning the house today, or writing the emails, or applying for a job, or whatever it is. But it's from that aliveness, not from the structure. And that's the part now where I'm unweaving, the part where I've put the structure in and I'm doing all the things. Like, I bet you've all been there, right? Where you're like doing all the things you're supposed to do. How many of you have done that? Do all the things you're supposed to do, yet nothing really gets created? And I was going through a period where I was doing all the things, and it was just, doors were just kept slamming in my face. So it's like, okay, I'm doing all the right things and I'm doing all the steps and I'm taking the action, but it's not actually action from aliveness. It's it's a doing from structure. And that is a very masculine energy, which is required sometimes. But for me, it's like, oh, if I can connect to the feminine energy first, the aliveness in my body, the flow, the inspiration, and from there, then the structure comes in. From there, then the action comes in. but it's aligned action. It's action that is from inspiration, not from this doing, from this force, from this pressure. It's from pleasure. Now we're starting to live from pleasure, not from pressure. And so it's an unfolding. I have spent many years being very good at structure and doing and force and pressure. It's taking some time to unravel all that. But I will say recognizing it, like seeing, ooh, this is what I'm doing, and then making those micro changes, like even yesterday, just a small example, my mother was like, do you want to take the dog to the park in the morning and have lunch afterwards? Because we had someone coming into our house. And straight away my brain went to, I don't know, I think I think there's other stuff I need to do, right? Like there's all these other things I need to get completed first. And then I like stopped myself and I was like, well, actually, there's not. That's just what you're telling yourself. So what if you went and did the thing with her and go to the park and have lunch, and then after that, see what's required? So it's those little small micro changes, right? Where we think, oh, I need to do all the doing first, and then I can come alive, then I can be, rather than if I come alive and do what brings me alive first, everything else becomes easier. The structure, the action, the doing is so much easier. So, my invitation to you today, if you're listening or in the future, is ask what would make you come alive before you do it, before you pick the thing you do, or before you even write your to do list, or before you decide what it is you need to do today. Ask, what would make me come alive right now? What would give me that aliveness in my body? And go do it. And then see, maybe after that, then the structure comes in or the doing or whatever. And start to notice when you choose the doing from that aliveness in your body, the difference from when you're doing it just to tick off your to-do list, and see what happens. I will keep you posted on my journey. I'm still unraveling it myself here also. And I'm also practicing getting more conscious about choosing things from the aliveness, and also being willing to be adaptable day to day, right? Moment to moment. Like, oh, the energy isn't there right now for the thing I thought I was going to do. Okay, where is the energy there for? What would make me come alive right now? And can I go do that? It could be 5 minutes of breath work, it could be a few minutes of movement. But those micro shifts in your day start rewiring the brain patterns and taking you out of that habitual response to always go to structure first, rather than what makes me come alive, what gives me pleasure, and then from there, aligned action from the place of aliveness, from the place of pleasure. Okay, if you got anything from today's video, let me know in the comments. If you want to share your experiences, let me know. I'd love to know if you are playing with these energies also in your life and how it's showing up for you. Okay, bye for now.